Oh, we are?
Say that again for the camera.
What's that?
Say it again for the camera. Tell the camera what you just said.
That we made a special book for Dad. All of us, and there's 3 copies here, so you hold one, and we're going to pass the other one around. He's in the...
Orly, come over here.
Mom, come over, because you were our first. Okay. We can do that later, Grandma. Yeah. Who are the 3 copies? All right. And here is... this is a book, and I asked everyone in the family to tell a story about Dad, and I put it all together, and so we're going to start. It goes in 8. Oh no! The book fell apart. We'll fix it later, but okay. So the first page belongs to Mom, and this is the story that she sent me.
Okay.
Story time.
Story time. Here I am.
Who's that kid?
And here's Milton. Here's Carol. Ellen. And who is that?
Look how cute she is.
Dina. And here are the 4 girls.
That was a fun night.
What happened?
I guess this is Milton and me. Although I don't know that beautiful.
You read your turn on there. This was written.
All right.
Attention. Do right here. Hey.
We had wonderful meals in Vermont. Long grilling sessions with Milton taking turns cooking between breaks in badminton games and for baseball, when we would all sit at the picnic table and have drinks on the deck. Oh, those were the days. And there's a picture. Well, there are lots of pictures. Everyone was cooking together. Milton loved making blueberry pies, using the Darrow recipe, eating Dee's blueberry buckle, and having all the wonderful jams we made together from his rhubarb, raspberries, and blueberry bushes. Ta-da! Who's next?
Carol is next. Maybe let somebody else look at the book.
I want to see tickling boxing fights, spending afternoons at the pitch putt course, skiing at Great Gorge, shoveling snow before global warming, making snow castles and forts, endless weeding of the lawn and the vegetable garden, going on house calls, going to Beth Israel Hospital during Sunday morning rounds, using the dictaphone in the office, keeping the books when I was in junior high school, reading the Sunday comics, red convertibles, Mr. Flugenheim, and Sailor the West.
Okay, the next one is Ellen. Maybe Jamie could...
Call her up. Have her read it.
Jamie, Ellen would be thrilled to have you read.
I'll read it.
Thank you.
I was reminded of this story when Si and I were walking through the Portland Rose Garden recently, and some roses with candy cane colored stripes caught my eye. I was reminded of this story when Si and I were walking through the Portland Rose Garden recently, and some roses with candy cane colored stripes caught my eye. When we were young in the winter, Dad would take us to the duck pond to go ice skating, and then to Grunnings to warm up with some hot chocolate. I once had to miss this outing because I was sick and in bed. When everyone came home, to my surprise and delight, Dad had brought me a small box of ribbon candy. I've always cherished that memory. It's the little things that count.
Aw, that's so sweet. Grandpa, smile. Grandpa, smile. And the next is Annie. Okay. In 2007, when I was planning my wedding, my fiance and I had many heated discussions about the type of party we wanted. Small and intimate, said Paul.
I imagined a sedate cocktail party where everyone politely chatted. No way, I said. I was surprised at my conviction and strength of my reaction. I need to dance with my father at my wedding. I knew that I wanted to hear music and have Dad hold me in his arms and gaze at me with fatherly pride. Oh, that's lovely. Waltzing around the room to sunrise, sunset with everyone watching, I got to be Daddy's girl. Just one more.
Let me see. Steve.
All right, now it's my turn.
Isn't that true?
I'm gonna sit here because I can play.
Now Dina's turn.
Can I borrow this a second to read my little thing?
Does that make your life easier?
I just wanted to say, for your glasses, well, okay, I said, Dear Dad, you gave me a fairy tale childhood, complete with a cast of characters including Mr. Flugenheimeldingle, Mr. Nobody, and Schnickelfritz. Your storytelling inspired my songwriting, and here's a song for you. And every word of it is true. It's called, That's What Daddy Says. And you guys can sing along with me. There's a little chorus that goes, That's what Daddy says. And John will cue you when it happens. And every,
Screw up, John.
I like to introduce this song by saying, my father told me this, so it must be true. I am a Romanian princess, left on the doorsteps by gypsies. One day Prince Charming will find me, and off of my feet will sweep me. Love is all that matters. All that matters is love. Give all you can give, and all that you can give is love. Witch hazel and poison ivy, and willow the wisp are fairies and leprechauns. Put in the magic in music, and the sunshine in summer. Love is all that matters. All that matters is love. Give all you can give, and all that you can give is love. Here you go. Now,
That's what Daddy says. That's what Daddy says.
okay, that's good for now. Better go catch your rabbit. You really said this. Do your best and be your own man. Nobody ever listens to my wisdom, so go ahead and do whatever you can. Love is all that matters. All that matters is love. Give all you can give, and all that you can give is love. Okay, everybody, here we go.
That's what Daddy says. That's what Daddy says.
That's what Daddy says. That's what Daddy says.
That's what Daddy says.
That's what Daddy says.
That's what Daddy says.
That's what Daddy says.
That's what Daddy says.
That's what Daddy says. No, yes, you have all your grandchildren.
I know. Stephen.
All right.
Okay, who is next?
Checking myself. All right, I'm not really good at turning stories into stories, but I'll always remember how Grandpa would take me fishing or golfing if we visited him in Vermont. He always made time for something that I would find interesting, and thank God he dragged me to violin, concerts or whatever.
He did that too.
What?
He did that too.
Yeah, he did.
I blocked his memory out.
Can you pass it to Josh?
Should be Rosina.
Rosina.
Oh,
Rosina.
thanks.
It
no,
should,
Josh.
should
Well,
be.
no, I started grouping by family.
Oh.
So you're now the
Wow,
next
you were just
page.
passed over.
Sure. You're next.
It's like you're once removed.
I remember
Doesn't
when
matter.
Grandpa took Stephen and me fishing in Vermont at Jamaica State Park, and he fell into the ice cold mountain spring. He didn't let us stop it. He didn't let it stop us from having a great time, even though the entire way home he blasted the car's heat in the peak of summer.
You remember that?
You cursed the entire way home.
Rosina, you are verbose, my lord.
Oh, am I?
Oh, Rosina, you're really wild.
Whoa!
This
Overachiever.
is Rose Page.
He taught me a love for gardening and cultivating your own vegetables. He gave me an appreciation for Vermont and the outdoors. My classic grandpa memory is sitting on the deck in Vermont wearing his hat, reading the paper. He introduced me to skiing, and even though he wasn't able to ski himself, he was always waiting at the lodge to meet us for lunch and hear about our adventures on the slopes. I always admired him for continuing to play the violin for as long as he possibly could. It didn't matter how good he was. He loved music and always played to his heart's content. And who could forget the shampoo episode of Pictionary? I wish I still had his drawing of the swirls and spirals that was meant to represent the act of washing one's hair. Do you remember this? No.
We should see.
Grandpa brings humor and enthusiasm to every aspect of life. I'm so happy to celebrate him in his life as my wonderful grandfather. Long live the ketchup bottle! And I'll read Sam's. My strongest and most standout memory of Grandpa isn't a specific memory, but rather a journey of sorts. I remember as a young child, maybe 6 or so, I'm sure my mom could better recall my age, really getting on his case about smoking cigars and insisting that he give them up. Because how could any doctor feel like that was a good choice? After I don't know how long, possibly several years, I was surprised and quietly very proud that he successfully gave up smoking. It was the first time I remember feeling an urgency that someone other than myself, my first venture into selflessness.
You used to love your little cigars.
Okay, now it's Jessie. It's too bad that
No.
book fell
Oh, yeah.
apart. I'm going to bring it back to time.
Every day during the week or two we'd be in Vermont for the summer. I would wake up with bowls of fresh blueberries and raspberries, picked by Grandpa in the early morning. All he wanted was for us to feast on them.
Very true. Where's Jamie? Jamie's found it. He's got a copy.
It was Thanksgiving, so all of us were crowded into Carol's apartment. 4 generations of talking, laughing, and drinking Prosecco. I'd recently expressed pre-med intentions, much to Milton's delight. He took me aside, gesturing more towards the feeling in the room than its people. Being a doctor made all of this possible. The honest simplicity of his words and the weight of his tone made me so appreciative, so proud to be part of the family that makes Milton smile like that. He's probably forgotten the moment, but I never will.
Nice, Jamie. And now we have Esther.
Oh, Jessie, pass your book out. Watch out, it's coming apart.
We, Shelley, Amy, and Pam, were invited to spend a weekend skiing in Vermont. We were just finishing breakfast, and Milton excused himself. He had to make his morning rounds. He called about 6 of his patients to see how they were doing. This impressed me, that he would take the time out of his holiday to call his patients. I always think of Milton as a caring doctor.
And now John. Let me video you.
Is it just going? Okay.
This is something Milton's heard me say before, but I wanted to say it again. Most of us in the family received some medical treatment from Milton over the years, whether it was for a scrape, a cut, a sniffle, or a sprain. But I may be the only one who was his actual patient, who sat across from him in his office at 116 Milford Avenue and saw him in his element as a physician. I was in my 20s and 30s when he was my doctor, mostly in great health, and didn't see him much until Dina got pregnant for the first time, and I thought I should get a full physical. Time to be a little more responsible. An x-ray found an egg-sized lump in my lungs, and Milton had some real doctoring to do on my behalf. It was only then that I really got to meet Milton Shoshkes, MD. He was warm, kind, gentle, careful, and in full control, inspiring the confidence that is a crucial part of the art of medicine. The way he guided me through the sequence of specialist visits and decisions that ended up in a successful surgery revealed to me not just the mind that had made him a brilliant scientist, but the heart that made him a true healer.
And the last page, can somebody read that? Jesse, would you read that?
Dear Milton /Dad/Grandpa/Great-Grandpa, you've grown sweeter as the years have gone by. We are so grateful for your love and joy. We love you so. Happy birthday to you.
Yay! Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Grandpa. Milton.
Great Grandpa.
Happy birthday to you.
Thank you all.
How can I do it?
I love this picture of you on the swing.
You're all invited next year.